I desperately want to be an aunt. Honestly, being an aunt is the greatest loophole in human biology. You get all of the cute Instagram photos, the fun of buying tiny Converse sneakers, and absolutely zero of the actual parenting. I have a very specific vision for my life as an aunt. I want an adorable niece or nephew. Ideally, a niece so they can name her Jane, obviously. I want to be the fun aunt, the kind of aunt who says yes when the parents say no. The aunt who shows up on a Tuesday, hypes the kid up on refined sugar, teaches them a colorful new vocabulary word, and then gracefully exits the premises when the crying starts. It's a flawless business model. And because I wanted this so badly, I made it my personal mission to annoy my brother and my sister-in-law. They've been married for over a decade. 10 years. In the timeline of nosy family members, 10 years without a baby is basically an international state of emergency. So I asked them, constantly, hey, when are you going to give me a niece? Hey, my biological clock as an aunt is ticking. Hey, if you don't have a kid soon, who is going to inherit my impressive collection of vintage band t-shirts? I thought I was hilarious. I was just keeping it light. Just nudging them, and every time I brought it up, they would laugh. My brother would roll his eyes, my sister-in-law would smile and say, someday, Jane, and we would move on to talking about whatever Netflix show we were currently binging. They laughed, so I thought it was a joke. Fast forward to a family gathering a couple of years ago. Thanksgiving, I think, or maybe Christmas. The specific holiday doesn't matter because the script for large family gatherings is exactly the same, no matter the season. We were all sitting around the dining table, the wine was flowing, and somehow the spotlight swung over to my brother and sister-in-law. It started with an uncle. So, 10 years, when are we gonna see some little feet running around this house? Then an aunt chimed in. You guys aren't getting any younger. The clock is ticking. Then came the classic, incredibly cringe-inducing joke from a cousin. Better start working overtime in the bedroom, man. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It was a barrage. A firing squad of innocent questions. And just like they always did with me, my brother and sister-in-law laughed. My sister-in-law gave a polite, tight little chuckle. My brother made a self-deprecating joke to deflect the attention. The whole table roared with laughter, but I was sitting right across from them. And from my angle, I saw it. Under the table, hidden from the aunts and the uncles and the cousins. My brother reached over and took his wife's hand, and he gave it a squeeze. It wasn't a casual, affectionate squeeze. It was a grounded, heavy, I've got you, just hold on for 5 more minutes kind of squeeze. And in that split second, watching my sister-in-law's smile falter just a fraction of an inch before she forced it back up, my blood ran completely cold. The realization hit me like a freight train. They weren't laughing because it was funny. They were laughing because it was armor. They were laughing because if they didn't laugh, they would cry. I sat there staring at my own plate, realizing with absolute horror that I had been doing the exact same thing to them for years. I was part of the firing squad. My innocent demands for a niece named Jane weren't funny. They were tiny paper-cut reminders of something they were already agonizing over. I never asked them for a niece or nephew ever again, not once. Later, much later, my brother confirmed what I had realized at that dinner table. They had been trying for years. There is a quiet, invisible epidemic of heartbreak happening all around us every single day. The statistics tell us that roughly 1 in 6 couples struggle with infertility. 1 in 6. Look around your office. Look at your friend group. Look at your family table. Someone you know, someone you love, is going through hell. And they aren't saying a word about it. Infertility isn't just taking a while to get pregnant. It is a grueling, soul-crushing, full-time job that nobody wants. It's cycle tracking, it's basal body thermometers, it's peeing on sticks until you're cross-eyed, it's doctor's appointments that make you feel like a science experiment rather than a human being. It's the agonizing 2-week wait between ovulation and a period. It's the quiet sobbing in the bathroom when the test is negative. Again. And if they move on to treatments like IVF, it becomes a physical and financial marathon. It's daily hormone injections that leave bruises. It's mood swings. It's taking out a second mortgage just for a 20% chance at a baby. And the hardest part? They have to do all of this while existing in a world that absolutely will not stop reminding them of what they don't have. They still have to go to work. They still have to smile when their coworker complains about morning sickness. They still have to log on to social media and scroll past a dozen ultrasound pictures and elaborate gender reveal parties. They still have to buy baby shower gifts. And they still have to sit at family dinners and smile while Uncle Bob tells them to work overtime. When people ask, "When are you having kids?" they almost never mean any harm. I know I didn't. Society has conditioned us to view this as standard small talk. It's right up there with "how's work?" and "crazy weather we're having, huh?" We see a married couple and our brains just automatically jump to the next societal milestone. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the incredibly invasive question about the state of your reproductive organs. But it is not small talk. You do not know what is going on behind closed doors. Maybe they are desperately trying, and your question is a reminder of their failure. Maybe they recently suffered a miscarriage, and your question is a knife twisting in a wound that hasn't even begun to heal. Maybe they simply don't want children and they are exhausted for having to defend their life choices to people. Or maybe they can't afford it. Whatever the reason it is, quite frankly, none of our business. I know it's tempting to ask, especially if you love them. You want to see them happy. Or if you're like me, you just selfishly want to buy tiny drum kits to annoy them with. But we have to unlearn this habit. We have to retire this question. If a couple is pregnant and they want you to know, they will tell you. Trust me, they will tell you. There will be a balloon or a cake or a dog wearing a bandana that says Big Brother. Until that happens, assume the topic is off limits. So what do we talk about instead? Literally anything else? Ask them about their careers, ask them about their pets, ask them if they think aliens built the pyramids, ask them if air fryers are actually just small convection ovens and if we've all been scammed by marketing. Just give them a safe space to exist as a couple without the pressure of a ticking clock. My brother and sister-in-law are still the coolest people I know. They travel, they have amazing careers, they have a dog that eats better than I do, and maybe one day they will have a kid. And maybe they won't. But either way, they are a complete family right now, just the two of them. And as for me, I've made my peace with it. I might not get to be the cool aunt who hypes a toddler up on sugar and returns them, but I get to be the cool sister. The sister who brings over a bottle of wine, listens without asking probing questions, and guards them from nosy relatives at Thanksgiving. And honestly, that's a pretty great gig too. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, you know what to do. Leave a comment below and let me know the most annoying small talk question you get at family gatherings. Let's commiserate. See you next time.